What's up, everybody? Arrg The Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Wizard Lizard here in mid lane. Oh man, what a fun match. This was a requested video, by the way, so if y'all want to request a video, just leave me a comment and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. Now, before we get into all the normal stuff, guys, the ATP crew is still going strong, so if you're looking for a community to join, to find some people to play with on the PlayStation Network, search up ATP crew and you'll find it with my logo. Feel free to join, guys. Alright, let's get into this build. Now, for my first 1500 gold, I'm going to start out with Book of Souls, follow that up with 2 mana potions, 1 healing potion, and Aegis. Book of Souls is rank 2 of Book of Thoth, and that's going to be my first item. Book of Thoth, so I can get those stacks online, and then Shoes of Focus, Bancroft's Talon, Spear of Magus, Soul Reaver, Chronos Pendant, and then I've got beads for my last relic. Next up, we have to go over his kit, and first up we have his passive, Power of the Wind Jewel. You increase your magical power by 5% of your maximum mana. So guys, really, those items that just give you an absolute ton of stacks of mana, they work absolutely great. Now, if you see, we actually get ganked here, and we're able to take out Agni, and we survive that Mercury. Oh, what a lucky play. Kukulkan's one is Zephyr. You fire a projectile breath attack that hits the first enemy in its path, damaging and slowing all enemies around in that impact area. It's just really that standard kind of poke line attack. Slipstream is his 2. Kukulkan channels the winds, allowing him to move faster. The speed boost is strong at first and scales down gradually over the 4-second duration. Additionally, you cleanse yourself of all slows and become immune to slows for 1 second when active. The Wizard Lizard's 3 is what makes him just an lane-pushing menace. Whirlwind. Kukulkan summons a tornado at a ground location. Smaller tornadoes branch off onto enemies that come into the radius of the main tornado, doing damage every 0.5 seconds for 2.5 seconds, and it is refreshed if the enemies stay in the radius. So as long as they stay in there, they're going to continue to take that extra poke when they actually get out, up to a maximum of 12 ticks. Lastly, we have his ultimate, Spirit of the Nine Winds. Kukulkan summons the Spirit of the Nine Winds to breathe down destruction onto his enemies in a path in front of him, doing damage and knocking all of the enemies to the side. And guys, this thing does a massive amount of damage, but it's pretty easy to dodge. So one real big thing is you want to use this ability when either you're getting ganked and someone's right in front of you punching you in the face, or if you can surprise somebody just like that raw ult. It takes a little bit of time to wind up, and when it hits, it does a massive amount of damage. Now, before we get into this gameplay and show you how bad I am, because we completely fail here in a second, guys, I'm on Xbox, and I know some of y'all have seen that, and I've had a lot of people ask me, like, hey man, are you ever going to play Xbox? Here I am. You can add me at ArrgThePirate1, the number 1, all one word. Feel free to add me, guys. I'd love to play with some of y'all, and you know, that's really the only reason I jumped on Xboxes, so we can make just an awesome community all together. And there's my fail. I don't want to talk about it. I know I'm bad. I'm blaming it on Xbox. But yeah, guys, if y'all want to come play with me, feel free to add me. I'd love to play with some of y'all. Alright, so let's get into this gameplay. Now, I am able to take out Agni. Unfortunately, he poked out of that tower, and guys, oh man, let's take advantage of that. He definitely should have backed off, or just kind of stayed under tower, stayed out of that range, and just poked those minions down if he didn't want to lose that farm. But that's going to allow me to head over to red. We're actually going to drop red here. Now, I do have enough gold to actually pick up Book of Thoth, and I want to get that online as soon as possible. But I'm going to actually make a rotation here. Let's head over to our duo lane, see if we can get a gank. I'm going to go ahead and throw down this tornado, and you can see that kind of splits the enemies. Chalk is leaving one way, and then we're going to be able to focus on Aphrodite. He's going to just have to get out of that situation, but I've got to get back to mid lane. Our solo lane is doing, you know, they got taken out a little bit there, but that's quite all right. I need to head to my mid lane to kind of deal with this Agni, and then I definitely want to get back to base so I can start putting on some items. Now, let's talk about how I'm going to back here. So, if you see here, Agni's pushing into the tower. Now the lanes have reset. What I'm going to do is go ahead and throw down that tornado, go get closer to my tower and then instantly back. And if you see, I cleared that wave with that tornado. This is going to free me up to back while Agni's dealing with that wave, and Agni's not going to be able to get into the mid lane tower before I have time to back. And if you can see, that's exactly what happens. But Agni ends up leaving that mid lane, and I can see Mercury's actually going in on our Bakasura, so I'm going to help out. You know, just keeping that little bit of vision on the map, you can definitely make a huge difference, and we're going to be able to ult that Mercury before he ends up ulting, and we're going to be able to actually take out Agni here as well. Unfortunately, Bakasura just got a little bloodthirsty and was going after that Agni. He ended up going down before I could take him out. Really wish he would have just got out there, but that's quite alright. Giving Agni one kill while we still ended up taking out both the mid lane and the jungle there, that's definitely worth it. Now, unfortunately, Cerberus has kind of abandoned our duo lane, went over to our solo lane, but that's quite alright. We're going to head over, help out Giannis a little bit. You can see we're getting some poke there, and we're also taking out that minion wave. We really want Giannis to back off. That's why we're here. We want him to leave. You can see he's very, very low. He's going to end up going down there. You know, that's very unfortunate. The whole reason for that rotation was so he could get out safely, but is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult down. I was hoping to try to hit some minions there, but we got some pretty decent poke onto Chalk, and now we've got to get under tower, and with Mercury showing up, we've got to be very careful. You know, I'm going to go down there. You know, I just got surrounded. That was a bad situation, but is what it is. That was a great play by the enemy team's part, but guys, the reason for all of this, and if you see here, we lost our T1, we're about to lose, you know, they're coming into our T2, they're about to take our T1 in mid, so I've got to head back over there, and then instantly turn around and go back to our T1, or our T2 in our duo lane. That's because our Guardian, or our Cerberus, who chose support, completely abandoned that support position, and you can see it's just making it so much more difficult. Now in the solo lane, Cerberus is at a huge advantage over our solo lane and our Guardian, and they're not making a whole lot of progress over there, and we're losing progress everywhere else with just the massive amount of rotations that we're having to do. Guys, if you want to play a support, you definitely need to wait around until you at least pretty much down the T1 in that duo lane. You don't want to start making rotations or completely abandon that lane that early on in the match, but is what it is. Now, Chalk is going to end up getting out there, you know, no problem. Mercury shows up. Hopefully we can dodge and dip and all that around to avoid him. I'm going to throw down that tornado so we're getting some damage if he is following me, and you know, we should be able to take him out. He is at a huge advantage over us. You know, he's got that level advantage, but we should be able to take him out with that blink. Oh man, we're going to end up throwing our ult down. We take him out and we take Agni out. Awesome play. You know, we got very, very lucky with that ult, with just both them being in the right place at the right time, and me being able to get that off before he actually stuns me. But that was a great play, great collapse by my team. We really need to try to make some effort on a tower here because, again, they're getting out of their laning phase and we're still stuck in ours. Now, I want to do as much as I possibly can to catch up on farm. You know, I've done a great job so far. I'm currently leading in the level, but I'm going to have to start doing a lot more, especially with our now duo lane. Definitely struggling over there. I need to try to get, you know, I want to try to get online as fast as possible. Get that farm, all that good stuff. And if you see here, we see Bakasura's taking some damage. We're going to try to zone out Mercury there, and we're going to head to the back of the tower. We're not going to go in the same way Bakasura did because Agni was very close by. We want to avoid that, and, you know, let's just try to see if we can make something happen. Unfortunately, Giannis goes down there. We did get some poke on Mercury. It just wasn't enough, especially with an Aphrodite here. I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult down. You know, let's clean that wave up, and we actually got some poke on Agni. Hey, that's great. We're gonna go in on this Aphrodite. Hopefully we can take her out. She just used her ult there, so maybe we can make something happen. Agni shows up behind me, and oh, I used my Aegis, but we're not gonna be able to get out. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, you know, that was a very pushy play, and we're starting to make mistakes because we want to down these towers, because again, you know, our now duo lane is, you know, they're just sticking to that lane, they're not rotating, and, you know, it's making it very unfortunate. Now, once we spawn back in, we've got to get to our mid lane. You can see they didn't actually take it down, but, you know, Mercury could dive that lane and take it out. So, we're not protecting much of anything. We end up heading over to our solo lane, and Cerberus, oh, me and Baka came in the back way. We're able to take out that Cerberus. Hey, that's great. I'm trying to set up this ultimate. Oh, that was just a bad placement. Oh, I'm so bad with his ultimate. But since we're going to be able to take out that Chalk easy peasy, let's try to focus on Aphrodite. Let's get the heals out of here. Let's get their, you know, kind of CC god out. All we're left with is, you know, the big damage dealers. I'm going to, sure enough, be able to take out Aphrodite. You know, awesome. Mercury, unfortunately, showed up and just deleted my entire team. So, you know, is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead, get mid lane pushing. Let's clear it out. You know, we've kind of got an advantage right now. We've got a small one, but we had some time to actually push a lane, everything like that. And you can see we're able to go into that mid lane tower and get a little bit more poke into it. Now, from here, you know, I chase off Mercury. There's no point in actually chasing Mercury. You're never going to catch him. I do have Blink, but, you know, I'm not going to catch him. I need to head back to mid lane. Keep this from going down, you know, just giving away a free tower. But with Cerberus, their Chalk, and now Aphrodite showing up, this is going to be tough to defend against. And, you know, they could just easily walk right into this tower and take it out in one hit. So we're doing our best, you know, let's just try our best to make something happen. Let's keep these minions out of tower, all that good stuff. And with Bakasura showing up here, you know, hey, let's make something happen. Sure enough, we're going to go ahead, throw our ult down. We end up actually hitting that Cerberus, and we weren't able to take him down. Oh, he got away with half a health. It feels bad, man. But, you know, is what it is. It's very, very difficult to deal with, you know, a team with that overwhelming presence, you know, because they can all take a hit, especially with that Aphrodite there, and our front lines are both still stuck in that duo, or the solo lane. Now, hopefully, now that all the T1s are pretty much down, you know, hopefully we can actually start having some rotation from that solo lane and really getting into these fights that, you know, we can play a little easier and, you know, actually win them. Now, we are going to head over to this Aphrodite, and guys, you can see the delay on the Wizard Lizard's ultimate. It makes it difficult to chase someone down with it unless they're running in an absolute straight line. You really have to predict it or hit them through a wall when they aren't expecting it, but is what it is. We get an awesome double kill there, and we're still playing fairly strong. It's just, you know, the tower game, even though it is even, the enemy team is having those rotations that we are not. So we definitely want to kind of keep an eye on that, but we've got to head over to our duo lane now because it's you know, the towers, it's going to go down to Winions if we don't get over there. So let's go ahead, head over there, clean that up, and, you know, maybe we can make something happen elsewhere. Now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and back, and of course, you know, we're still building. We're starting to come online though. We're starting to really hurt. And next, we want to build some more cooldown items. I want to take this Cerberus out. Oh, I want to take Cerberus out so bad. And sure enough, we're able to get him, but I've put myself out of position. Chalk is here, and then you see our Giannis goes down in the jungle there. Let's get out as quick as we can. We can hear Mercury following us. You know, we got to get out. We've got to get out. I really did not think he was going to dive the tower right there, but we are able to take him out. You know, awesome. But, you know, at this point, with the way the tower game is, trading kills is just not worth it, and that's unfortunately what happened. So coming up, we make a pretty awesome play, and it basically leads to almost nothing. Now, we miss our ultimate there because we're just absolutely terrible. I don't play the Wizard Lizard. I'm terrible with his ultimate. If you want to be good with the Wizard Lizard, definitely practice hitting his ultimate. But anyways, we end up getting a sweet double kill here. Guys, at this point in the match, we're 20 minutes into the match. At this point in the match, if you get a double kill, the enemy team should lose something. They should lose jungle buffs. They should lose, you know, Gold Fury, Oracles, Fire Giant, Pyromancer, a Tower, a Phoenix even. But they're not, we can't do that because if you look, every single one of our lanes is set against us right now. Every single lane we have is set against us. Our solo lane is currently being hit by minions. Our mid lane is, you know, we've lost the T2 in mid. And we all just left the duo lane. You know, it's kind of set in the right direction, but it's not going, a Winion Wave is not going to take that tower down. And if you see there, the enemy team is, with that double kill, the enemy team's still able to take out Gold Fury. You know, it's... Our team is just not working well together, and it's because our support is, you know, I think they're kind of halfway DCing, but at the same time, you know, we had that abandoned lanes, and then, you know, people have just stayed in lane and not rotated at all. You know, these are all issues, and I've been in every single lane, picked up 2 jungle camps in the last, you know, 2 minutes. And it really has led to almost, it's led to us losing Gold Fury. Me covering every single lane. And guys, that's not how to do it. And if you see here, we're going to head to mid. We miss our ult because, again, we're just absolutely terrible. But we're getting collapsed on. We've got to get out of here. We need a front line. But, you know, 3 squishy gods here in mid lane against... You know, they've got some CC showing up, then Cerberus shows up, so they now have a front line. This is not looking good, and sure enough, our Giannis is going to go down there, and then our solo lane just jets off in there, and if you see, I hit that ultimate. Oh, I made a bad choice there. Oh, I made a terrible choice. Got surrounded again. You know, there's not a whole lot we can do, and we're going to end up going down again. Oh, it feels bad, but again... You know, we're not able to make any kind of progress on any lane because they're all constantly set against us. Now from here, we're going to head to mid lane, and I don't know how, but we didn't actually lose anything there. I threw my ultimate to try to pick someone off, but no problem. We end up actually taking out Agni there. Cerberus is running away. He's jumping across there. I've got Blink though, and I'm not sure why he lazy back there, but awesome. We end up getting a double kill there, and we're now in a 3v2 situation. We should be able to make something happen here. You know, we should get at least a tower out of this. But again, every single one of our lanes is set against us. And so we're not going to be able to push anything fast enough before the enemy starts spawning in. And, you know, guys... There has to be some sort of presence in lanes just to either get them set pushing in the right direction before they rotate or anything like that, but we're not having that. We're having, you know, the entire team grouping up and just going for kills and not playing that laning game. And guys, Smite is almost 100% a laning game. You know, sure, you need to get those kills to push things, but again, if all your lanes are set against you, it doesn't matter if you wipe the team or not, you're not going to be able to advance the game. So, lane presence is absolutely huge at all levels of the game until you get, you know, everybody's max level where you can just tank Phoenixes. But really, lane presence is huge, guys, and you can see our lanes are still not really pushing in the right direction. Now, from here, I am going to head back to the mid lane. I really thought I'd be able to hit him with that ultimate before he stunned me, and, you know, we'd be able to get to the safety of the tower, but he's able to absolutely delete me. Oh, feels bad. You know, that was just bad positioning on my part. You know, it's rough, man. But you can see my entire team. We're gonna get a team wipe here, and just a team wipe with those lanes set against us, guys. This is gonna be tough to survive. Now, we make a game-changing play right here. If you see, the enemy team is going in on our Phoenix, and they were able to take it out. You know, that's irritating, but is what it is. Now, I was not ready for that Giannis portal, and oh, we missed that ult. Oh, it feels bad. You know, that's such a good ability, and when you constantly miss it like that, you're hurting your team. But is what it is. We end up taking out Cerberus, and you can see there, I see Mercury. I'm worried about Mercury. Let's go ahead and try to take out Athena. I do have Aegis. We're able to Aegis out all of his Mercury's damage, and Bakasura is able to kill him. Awesome play, and we end up taking 4 of them out, guys. 4 of them out. We lost our Giannis. No big deal. We took 4 of them out. This is the time to make a play. Let's split push. Let's take down a tower. You know, let's do anything. And I'm gonna head down mid because I offer almost 0 structure damage, and Bakasura, being the best structure damage in the game or on our team, ends up deciding to go defend our duo lane or our solo lane tower, and we're not going to be able to take out anything here, guys. We got 4 of them down, and we weren't able to reset these lanes, get them pushing in the right direction. You can see I was able to push all the way up to this T2, but we're just not able to get into it. Our duo lane, you know, they pushed it halfway, but with Chalk there, you know, it's going to be tough to actually go in on that. And Bakasura, you know, we've split all of our efforts. We split push 3 lanes, which is that's terrible. Split push. Splitting is 2 lanes, but we're not going to be able to make anything happen here, guys, and that's simply because we split our efforts. You know, we split between 3 lanes. All the lanes were set against us. Again, you know, we're running into flaws with our teamwork now. It has nothing to do with damage. You know, we're all fairly fed. Of course, they do have a significant advantage, but look, their gold advantage is not unheard of. You know, we're 7,000 difference, but we're losing gold furies. We're losing all kinds of team effort, and you can see we're just kind of all running around going, what do we do? You know, Cerberus is currently pushing a lane by himself. Bakasura and Giannis are getting caught out in mid lane. You know, we're just struggling. Now, I do end up throwing my ult out there just to try to get a kill, try to get a pick, try to take someone out, but I put myself in a bad situation. I do have Blink, though. Let's go ahead and Blink out of there. Let's completely leave that situation. And then our solo lane goes in. Guys, at this point, you know, you're not going to be able to fight this. Let's just leave. Let's wait for our team to spawn back in and maybe get a kill, maybe get a pick, something like that. Running out in a 3v1 situation is never going to work, or even a 3v2 situation, especially with the heals. And, you know, no one's currently running any kind of anti-heal, which, you know, that's what I end up. I really wanted to show off Soul Reaver, but I've got to build some. I've got to build some anti-heal because there's nothing we're ever going to be able to do. We get some huge damage on that Cerberus, but you see that Chalk was right there. That was a great play on their part. We are going to be able to take him out, though, and hey, that's great. You know, we tried to chase Chalk a little bit, but you see Mercury and Athena show up behind us. Let's get out of here. We gotta get out now. We're gonna go. We're just gonna dip through the jungle. You know, there's not gonna be a whole lot we can do. We end up coming back in right when Baka's there, but you know, hey, again, let's leave that situation. I'm gonna go ahead and back. Let's get on some anti-heal and see if we can make something happen. Now, this is kind of the last hurrah. Let's try to see. Let's make something happen. They're able to rotate and take down our solo lane Phoenix, which is just unfortunate. You know, my team, we're focusing on mid lane. Everybody's stacking up in mid lane. Or running around the jungle. No one's securing lanes or anything like that. And you can see still, you know, we're not securing the lanes, and you know, it's been rough so far, but again, we're just trying to support our team, go where they are, dish out the damage, because we are, you know, probably the hardest hitting hero besides maybe Baka in the match right now. I'm gonna zone out that Mercury, you know, just kind of scare him, let him know I know where he is, and then, you know, maybe we can catch up and take someone out here. Hopefully we can. You know, there's 2 gods just completely low. There's that Mercury ult that we were waiting for, but he used it to save lives, which is great. You know, but we were able to take out their Agni, and then Aphrodite, you know, we're going to be able to take her out as well. Hopefully. Yeah, Mercury does show up. We're able to take him out with that tornado. Luckily, he went into it, and, you know, we're gonna try to get some present or try to push this lane, but again, you know, we're dying. We're really playing a team deathmatch game, you know, at right now, and we need to play that lane game. You can see, look at all the minions just hitting the phoenixes, and it's rough, guys. Now, from here, we're going to just kind of try to make something happen. Let's get some presents somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and ward up Fire Giant. You know, we need to get Fire Giant warded, and you know, I'm terrible with wards, guys. I forget to use them all the time, but we're starting to get better, and we're able to ward fire, and you can see, paid off. They instantly went over to fire, and we actually ended up stealing it, which is great. We throw our ult down, and we miss everybody again because we're just terrible. And we head into this team fight. I don't know how I ended up being right in the middle of the team fight all of a sudden, but I definitely was. I'm gonna get this lane pushing while they're doing their thing. They're wrapping up those kills. We got Fire Giant. Let's take a structure, and we might be able to all stack in mid with Mercury and their Cerberus down. You know, that's a pretty big play right there, and we might be able to actually get into that Phoenix and take it out. Now, once we get into this tower, I'm going to instantly back. You know, both of our lanes are pushing. If you see here, I end up holding that wave because let's go defend. And we ended up being able to push that tower, but my team stayed in, and they ended up dying. You know, it is very, very unfortunate that we're having these staggered deaths. Even with their, you know, DC, you know, their pretty recent DC, it's still, we're playing, we've been on the defense almost this entire game, and it's been rough. Now from here, we're gonna hopefully make something happen. You know, there's 3 of us here. Giannis with that portal. Oh, let's just kill somebody. What's that, like the 18th ult we've missed? Oh man, feels bad. But we're just gonna try to poke this. You know, they can definitely come into tower, and I'm dead. As soon as they show up into tower, I'm dead. But we need to defend a Phoenix. You know, this is definitely the last hurrah, and you can see we've got fire minions coming in from the other side. Bakasura's gonna head over there and take care of that. I'm gonna throw my tornado down on top of the Phoenix. Hopefully, keep the melee gods away from it. But again, we're playing on the pure defense. We got to be very, very careful, and Mercury's able to look at the damage. Oh man, takes me out. You know, it's GG at this point. Well, we did definitely struggle this match, but it was a good match all in all. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.